Hard work pays off no matter what goal you've set for yourself. With free test prep resources, the SAT makes it easier to put the work in, so you can score big on your college applications this fall. Regardless of how you prepare, the first step is registering for the exam. Register for the SAT today.
You wake up, tune in, it's the game on. So with the Sports News Espresso, be ready to go from the court to the field. They got the picks that thrill every morning at 7:30. They're giving you the real deal. Game on, game on. It's the Sports News hit. Game on, game on. They never quit with the latest scoop and the best equipped. Game on, game on. Sports news and picks before you quit. Craziest plays. NBA, they on the scene, covering every angle, every team's dream. Mixing the playoffs, making a scream. Game on. Got the stories that beam. They live live on Rumble. No mainstream disguise. Bringing hot takes, no fake, no lies. Monday through Saturday.
Yo, shout out to Mastering the Rumble, man. We just asked, and he did it. Not only did he make that with AI, but then he put like a little background together for it. So
that was AI?
Sharper. Yeah, that whole song was AI.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you heard the AI KFC song?
No.
Oh, dude. I'll find it. I'll find the AI KFC song. Dude, it slaps.
It slaps.
Dude, it's going to put rappers out of business, dude. I swear.
Dude, some of the stuff it's crazy.
Have you heard the new Afro Man song?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The Hunter Biden?
Yes.
Oh, so good. So good.
Good. I was going to play it one morning, but we just didn't get around to it. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On for your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. This is Feel Good Friday. Hope you guys are all feeling great this morning. I'm your host, Will, from Game On. He's Cricket from sportspicks.locals.com, and we've got Fear the Beardo in the house. How are we doing, Beardo?
Let's go, man. Hey, I'm doing a lot better since I'm here on Friday morning with you guys again.
That's right, bro. I'll tell you, man, SD14 man's already down here saying in the chat, bro, but she runs around our house all the time yelling, "What are you, fucking 12?" at me from that day you were on here, man. She loves that. She yells that at me all the day. Anytime I say anything foolish, I get yelled, "What are you, fucking 12?
What are you, fucking 12? Come on!"
And you reply with,
"You're goddamn right."
Let's go.
Not only Beardo come in here and bring his wonderful personality, man, he brought us clips and everything, man. He's ready to go.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, I'm a giver. What can I say?
That's right. Man of the people.
Boys, I got to step away for a quick minute. Cricket, you're going to have to take over because, of course, as I click start, I get the text, "Can you make some bottles?"
All good, man. Go make some bottles, man. Me and Beardo are going to talk. I want to talk about, man, we'll go ahead and do this because we've talked about this some, man. But I want to know how you feel about your New York Giants in the NFL draft, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about it, man.
I'm honestly, I like it. I've always been a big fan of Joe Schoen, and his drafts, his last 3 drafts class have been good. I think the only person that he drafted right now that hasn't turned out is Evan Neal. Evan Neal, big boy from Alabama.
Yeah. Expected a lot out of him.
Really, we really did. And he played, left tackle his time at Alabama, and we put him at right tackle. And he hasn't really done it. He hasn't really, grasped it. And he's kind of been a bummer. But other than that, I am super happy that we did not draft a quarterback. We are paying Daniel Jones way too much money to draft a quarterback, and I'm glad that we didn't draft J.J. McCarthy. We were at 6. I'm glad we did not draft a quarterback, man. This entire draft, I'm really glad that we did not draft a quarterback. We are paying Daniel Jones way too much money. Ride with Daniel Jones, and I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I think we had a very good draft, to be honest.
I like it too, man. I do. I was glad to see y'all not take a quarterback right there. You didn't pull a Falcons, man. Pay a guy $100 million just to draft a rookie to go sit behind him and all that stuff, man. I'll tell you what I really like, man. I like Malik Neighbors, y'all's first pick right there, the wide receiver at LSU.
Yeah, he did not seem happy. He did not seem happy to be drafted by the Giants. Like on draft day in Detroit, he seemed fine. He seemed fine. He seemed happy to be drafted by the Giants. But when he showed up in New Jersey, when he met with the coach and the GM at the facility, he did not look thrilled. And he called Daniel Jones Janiel Dones in his introductory press conference.
He's excited, man. He just got excited, bro. I mean, I think that he should be, though, because there's no proven number one wide receiver in that offense right now. They've obviously moved away from Saquon, so there's going to be more opportunities to get the ball. And I think he's a guy that you'll see worked in some slip screens, stuff like that. He can obviously get down the field, get behind the defense, and make some plays like that. I'll tell you a pick that I'm really excited about for y'all, man. This is Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota, the safety, your second-round pick, the safety from Minnesota. This guy's 6'2", 199. He was the number 2 ranked safety in the draft. Played on a great defense in Minnesota last year. A lot of people forget that Minnesota defense was very, very good last year. I know the record didn't reflect it, but as far as defense goes and from an efficiency standpoint, they were a very good defense, and this guy was a big part of that. So I think picking him up at the 15th pick in the second round was a steal too, man. I think it definitely helped stir up some of that stuff in the secondary.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, good draft for y'all, man.
I pretty much, I'm a big fan of everything that we did. We picked up that big tight end from Penn State. I like that pick because Darren Waller, first of all, he doesn't want to play football anymore. Darren Waller does not want to play football anymore. He's on the verge of retirement. We just picked him up just 1 year ago. We traded for him. He doesn't want to play, man. He is too injury prone. He doesn't want to play. He's too busy cheating on his wife.
You're right.
Darren Waller, and I think that's why we drafted that tight end, because of the question mark, because we don't know if he's going to retire or not. We don't know if he's going to play. So I like the tight end pick from Penn State. I like the wide receiver pick because Isaiah Hodgins, we picked him up as a free agent from Buffalo a few years ago. He's our number one. He is our number one, even though we drafted homeboy from Tennessee last year. Hyatt. Hyatt.
I like Jalen Hyatt, man. That's another. I think you mixed him in that lineup with Neighbors. Yeah, bro.
I like him. He's fast. He did not get a lot of time last year. He didn't really get to prove himself last year. And that's simply because the Giants were not the Giants that they were 2 years ago. But I hope with Hyatt and Neighbors, I hope that they show out this year. But I did like the Giants draft. I did. And Schuhen, he has drafted well the past 3 years, except for Evan Neal.
Right. And you're allowed to miss one every now and then. Not everybody winds up panning out in the pros right there. And all the big dogs do. But I was pleased with what y'all did, man. Like I said, I was happy to see y'all not screw up and take a quarterback in that spot.
I'm glad. I'm glad we did not pick J.J. McCarthy at 6. I'm glad that we're sticking with Daniel Jones. You paid him all that fucking money.
Were you just praying? Because I was like, oh, I bet you the Giants are just praying that the Chargers trade their pick to the Vikings or something like that, or they move out of there so they don't take what's his name, Joe, big boy from Notre Dame. Joe Alt. Because that's who they would have went for if he was available.
If the Chargers were to pick anyone else but Joe Alt, we would have taken Alt right there at 6.
Been a great pick too.
But hey, I'll tell you what. I was doing a live stream with Ryan last Thursday, and when the Chargers picked Alt, I was like, Giants are taking McCarthy. I don't. What I wanted Neighbors or Bowers, and I'm surprised, dude. I am genuinely surprised that Bowers fell that far.
I'm telling you, bro. I said it all along. I thought anybody that passed up on that man's going to wind up regretting it. Yep. I think the Raiders did good. I know they just drafted Michael Mayer last year, but you put both those guys, you're kind of bookend tight ends right there, bro, that can make plays in space and spread the field out a little bit. Shoot, that's going to be dangerous, man.
Well, the Raiders picked the next best player on the board.
Yeah, you got to take that guy.
That's what they did. Because they wanted a quarterback. You know that if Denver did not pick Bo Nix, that's who the Raiders wanted. They just picked the next best player.
Oh, he was always going to Denver. That was the worst kept secret in sports for the last 2 months, because Sean Payton and them had ties to coaches that coached up Bo Nix, and it's like, and the rumors started leaking out there, and I'm like, oh, they're totally gonna. I was surprised that they grabbed him that early, but I mean, once all those other quarterbacks went off the board, it's like you kind of have to at that point. I'm sure they would have loved to take him with their second round pick, but so be it.
I think they knew
That
if
is
they
an
didn't
interesting
take him.
quarterback locker room.
That's the thing
Yeah.
that I hate about the draft nowadays is all these so-called experts hype up the quarterback position because it's the sexy position, but it's like some of these motherfuckers do not deserve to be drafted in the first round. They do not.
Go look at the 2021 first round draft class.
Yep,
The only
dude,
person that's still starting is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
And they think
Everyone else
absolutely.
has been traded.
you think you get these guys
Absolutely.
out here throwing on air and stuff like that. Like, hell, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I could go out and throw on air right now and it wouldn't look that bad.
Yeah.
But you put a DB out there that runs a 4.3, it gets ugly in a hurry.
Put some pads. You put some big boys getting pressure in your
That's
face.
what I'm saying. Yeah, it gets a
You don't
little
even-
tougher.
You don't even need pressure in your face. I think most people don't realize how hard it is to throw over a line that's got like 6'8" and 6'6" guys on there. You know what I
With
mean?
their-
Like, you gotta
with
get
their
over those.
Pterodactyl wingspans held up in the air and stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
not even the defensive line. I'm just talking about your own offensive line standing up, blocking.
All
out.
those 6'6", 6'7" dudes you got to throw over. You're only 6'1".
Let's say hi to the chat. See how everyone's doing this morning. We got Loki in the house. Good morning. Hey, by the way, shout out Loki. I am on Team Loki this month for the Smoke the Spread tournament, and we're taking it, baby. Started off yesterday with a plus 160 winner. Let's go, Giants run line minus one or alt run line.
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's
cricket,
go,
boom.
man.
Oh,
Let's
I
go. My guy's in there, bro. He's in there.
Took a
I'll tell
page
you-
out of your book. We cashed
Dude,
that one.
I took
Pissed.
a brutal beat last night, bro. You know, like I don't know if you saw and I got some out of it because I was on the Maple Leafs money line at plus 110 or something, but I did go ahead and sprinkle on the puck line as well, minus 1.5 at like plus 226 or something. Bro,
I saw something on Twitter. About
they
this.
scored with 0.1 seconds left to make it 2-1. 0.1, like the literally at first, like it was so close, they had to review it to make sure that it was good. Because if the goal is not, if it's not across the line at 0, it doesn't count. You got to be all the way across the line at 0, and it literally crosses the line at 0.1. They put 0.1 seconds back on the clock and made it 2-1. So I still got my money line, but it screwed me on my plus 226 for the puck line, man.
Damn.
Can't have
Well,
nothing,
can't have
bro.
nice things.
Nothing.
Super James is in the house. What up, Super James? Piss Ant's here. Dude, Piss Ant. Look at you. You're active this morning. Work must be going pretty slow today.
Nah, he's in traffic, bro.
Oh, he's in traffic.
He's
Okay.
stuck in traffic. I guess the interstate's at a standstill. He was talking about walking out on the side of the interstate a little bit ago. So
ST14 fans here. Man, you guys are having fun this morning. Beardo's in the chat. Buku's here. He says it's Friday. What's good, folks? What's going on, Buku? Love to have you here. I've hit a few tackles in the back of the helmet on a slant route. Yeah, dude. That's one of the worst feelings. I always remember that. When you just like, especially when you're like, you got your guy, he hits that slant perfectly, and you've got the angle, and you're like, yes, and like it just comes off your fingers, feels so good, and then all of a sudden, bam, right in the back of someone's helmet.
yeah, you got to understand, Buku didn't hit his growth spurt till a little later. He was our quarterback early on and stuff too. We were all taller, bigger kids, man. So he didn't hit that growth spurt till a little later on. So he had a tough time getting over some of those guys, man.
All right. Yeah. So I don't, boys, at any second, I could get the, hey, I need you to grab one of these girls to feed them. So we might have one of the babies join us for the show for a little bit while I feed them.
Hell yeah.
Bro, we're used to that, bro.
I know. I thought, here I am thinking, because they got up at like, what was it? 12:31. So I'm like, oh, I should be good for the show. No, these girls, they must be going through a
They're hungry, bro.
Dude, they are. They're eating way more often. But
feed them babies, man. Feed them babies.
Getting chunky too. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you grab your baby, I'll grab mine.
Okay, deal.
We done heard about yours, man. Yours been keeping you up too, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what we thought we were gonna get you last week. We had to miss you because she kept you up all night, didn't she?
My baby is a little bit more hairy than Will's baby. Babies.
That's fair, man. That's fair.
Yeah,
What'd you say she was, man?
A German Shepherd Black Lab mix. She looks a little bit more German Shepherd, but hey, she is a cutie.
I thought that's what I said when you said that picture last week, man. I was like, I told Buku yesterday, I was like, I think it's a German Shepherd, bro. She's a pretty thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fried and crispy can't resist me. I already like it.
So this is just a little like part of the clip. I couldn't find the full song, but this is this is completely AI. This is a KFC AI song, and it slaps, dude. It slaps.
Fried and crispy, can't resist me. KFC, a Southern Mystery Project chicken. Ling-a-lingin', come and get it. That clock is ticking. Fried and crispy, don't you miss me. KFC, you're making history. Let's get low. Oh, keep the cost low. KFC is the gravy gospel.
The gravy gospel. Let's go.
Dude. Hey. In a few years, AI's taking over, man. We are all going to be out of a job.
Oh, they can't come up with dumb hot takes like me, so we're good. We're good.
We're more clever than the AI. I mean,
They can't find those betting angles that no one thinks about.
There you go.
We're good until they can do that and lose bets like until they can lose bad beats like as good as we can. They have these bets where, like Cricket was just saying, where you just a 0.1 second. Until AI can master that.
If AI can let me know that the Bruins are going to score with 0.1 seconds left, I'll start listening.
Yeah, won't even need AI. It won't matter because we'll be making so much money off these games.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Speaking of which, let's rapid fire jump. I got no plan this morning because plans just got thrown off with the whole baby stuff. But let's see. Let's start with the headline here. Frank the Tank.
Love him.
Beardo, you know Frank the Tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Frank went off yesterday, by the way. Mets lost. I don't know if you saw the heartbreaker. Mets lost. It was 1-0, bottom of the ninth. Huh?
I said, what's new? What's new?
I know.
Mets lost.
Right?
What's new?
But there was a sacrifice fly to left. Alonso tags up from third. He runs in. He gets tagged out, and there was some controversy about the catcher blocking the plate before he was allowed to. But the umps reviewed it and said, nah. So Frank went off, started cussing out Taylor Swift. It was pretty funny. Yesterday was completely different. Frank the Tank, not only did the Mets come back and win in extra innings, so he had his Mets win.
There you go.
His Knicks, who almost blew the game, ended up winning too. So I mean, this dude has to be happy today. And this was Frank the Tank yesterday, walking out of the Mets stadium. Look at this. This I think is the first time we've seen a happy Frank the Tank. It is weird seeing him smile and not, red-faced. Looks like he's about to have a stroke from yelling so much. His blood pressure out through the roof.
I can't believe it, man. I am becoming a Frank the Tank fan. I am. It's so much better to see him like that, though, bro. That smile, he looked happy, dude.
I know. And all
I don't know.
Is a Mets win. That just comes once every 10 years.
Yeah.
I like it when he's pissed off. I like it when he's biting on his necklace. He's going on that autistic rage. He's biting on his necklace. He's just like shouting and yelling and bitching and complaining. That's the Frank the Tank I like.
He did that yesterday. That's one we showed yesterday where he was talking about them blowing it in the ninth. Here we go.
That McNeil is totally fucking worthless. Worthless. Ever since he switched his song. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. I am waiting for you. Welcome to New York. You know, Taylor Swift is a curse. A curse. She's cursed off the stage. She's running for Philadelphia, too. She's running for the Sixers. Because she's running. She's dancing with Jason Cousins, Charles Cousins. They're at the fucking game. She's a curse. And Jim McNeil bringing that song. He changed the Great Baseball song from fucking Jacanini. He sucks. I'm done with Jeff McNeil. And Joey Wendell.
He said he sucks.
God, I love this guy.
That's what I'm saying. What a difference 24 hours makes, huh?
Beardo, we said that once this, the season's over for the Mets, when they're just going to punt on the season, Steve Cohen should fire the manager and just hire Frank, and just have Frank out there cursing out the players and telling them how bad they suck. Let him manage the team. Or I said even better, they should hire him as an assistant. That way, when there's a controversial play and you need someone to go yell at the ump, Frank's just getting tossed every game, but it's just going to be gold on national television for like 60 seconds of him just out there arguing with the ump.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should do that daily. Yeah, Beardo, I think they said the Patriots said yesterday after he'd been having some internet issue, he doesn't live in the wilderness of the Ozarks.
Excuses.
Right? Beardo ain't buying it. You better get in here, Patriot.
Excuses.
Beardo, you ever bet? So we got the Kentucky Derby this weekend. You ever bet the ponies?
No. Dude, I was just telling Cricket before the show started. The last time I gambled was the Super Bowl on Underdog. That was the last time I gambled at all.
Okay.
Speaking of
Well,
underdog,
listen,
we went over yesterday.
if you ever do place a bet on the ponies and you're not this committed to your bet, just don't even place it. Okay.
So if this man is married and if this guy has kids, his children, this is how you wind up with a stepdad. This is how you wind up with a stepdad.
No,
Like,
bro.
Exactly.
He just
You don't
bought
do
the
this.
lakefront property. He just bought the lakefront property with that win, bro.
yeah, and he's going to be there alone.
That's how you end up in the Squid Games.
Right,
He
right.
ended up in the Squid Games.
He's going to be living on that lakefront alone, and he's going to be paying alimony and child support because his wife,
That's live.
soon to be ex-wife, there's going to be a stepdad involved. You don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't
Even
do
if you're
that.
winning, you don't do that.
You don't commit to it like that.
Dude, I love it. I love when people get that passionate into things, man. It's great.
That's gonna be me and Buku Saturday evening about 6 o'clock, man.
Dude, so little story time here. Little story time. Beardo, you ever do a little cooking? You good
Oh
cook?
yeah, oh yeah, big
Figured
time.
you do. I figured you do.
I love cooking, man. I'm actually you have a Traeger, so I had a Green Mountain Grill. It's out in Cali with the folks. I wasn't able to bring my smoker out to Florida. I'm saving up for a Traeger, man. I'm saving up for a Traeger.
You,
so.
you look like a grill master, bro.
Oh, dude, I love smoking up the meats. Love it.
Right?
So I'm really good at all the basic stuff. You got breakfast stuff. Yeah, especially I have kids, so I got to cook them up.
Right,
eggs
right.
and all this stuff or whatever the hell they'll eat. But I'm a master when it comes to like outside, like you said, Traeger, grilling, doing that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Is there any? So I'm never like really in the kitchen cooking stuff up and like getting creative. I'm not like great at that. I can do it every now and then, but is there ever a better feeling when you're in the kitchen? You have an idea what you want to cook, but you don't really have like a full set plan. You're like yesterday, this is what happened to me. I was like, I'm gonna cook some chili, but I want to add stuff to the chili. And I cheated a little bit. I had the canned chili stuff, but I wanted to add stuff to it, and I had no plan. I'm like, let's just see what we have around the house. And oh my God, it turned out amazing. I just was like, okay, throw the chilies in the crock pot, right? I'm like, okay, grounded up some burger and season that stuff up, added meat to it because you never get enough meat anymore in those cans now. So you add your own meat to it.
Right.
I was looking to see what we got, and I was like, oh, we've got these crushed garlic tomatoes. Throw those in there. Add some chopped up onions. Threw that in there. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Next thing I know, a couple hours later, I come back to it, and it was probably the best chili I've ever made.
Fuck
I had no plan, and I probably couldn't do it again how I cooked it. But I was like,
That's the best. That's the best. That's what I always do because since I don't have the grill, I don't have the smoker. I'm in the kitchen, chefing up. I never have a plan, man. I'm always just throwing stuff together, throwing the spices, throwing ingredients and stuff, and it always turns out good. I mean, it's my own cooking, so it should be good. But
and I'm also like, agree. I'll eat anything. I'll eat damn near anything. So if it ends up being shit, I'm like, well, whatever. I'll eat it.
I do the meal prepping. So I'll cook something up, and I'll cook up a lot of it, and I'll have leftovers for like 5 days, and I'll just eat the same thing for 5 days, and then I'll do it again.
Well, that's why. My wife was like, "Hey, should we do that? Like one of those things like Hello Fresh or something like that? Just because it seems like we never like have meals like ready to go or whatever. It seems like we always have to run to the store, and then we still don't have anything." I'm like, we have a ton of food, hon. We have a deep freezer full of stuff. We got a pantry full of stuff. It's not that we don't have food. We have food that you have to cook. And guess what? We don't have time to always cook food with 4 little ones. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's the issue. So like today on my days off, like today's my day off, and I'm planning on cooking like 5 pounds of chicken up on the grill. I'm going to make some teriyaki chicken. I'm going to make some, different types of chicken and prep those things. Cause then it's just quick, grab it, heat it up, go. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to do that. Plus, we got a bunch of other stuff. I made a bunch of wings the other day. That was great. Made like 5 pounds of wings. That's fun. That's the nice thing. Or tri-tips, just grilling up 2 big things of tri-tips and then cutting those things up and you just grab and go. Oh, so good.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Good
yeah.
morning, Ripper.
I love it. I love it. I love chefing up, man. I love chefing up. It's the greatest.
Better. Nothing better.
You put in some headphones. You watch some YouTube videos. You cook it up. Nothing better.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, listen to a little
It's your
Beardo
time
and
alone,
Van Dams.
man. It's your time alone. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You just lock in. You chef it up. You grill up some stuff. You drink a beer, and you're like in your zone. You're in zen at that moment.
Golden rule.
In
I don't
zen.
care what time of the day it is, because sometimes I get up early in the morning, like right after we do these shows, and I'll just hop out there and start cooking because I'm like, that's my time. I can actually cook. Don't care what time it is. You have to have a beer.
Oh, you're not grilling if you're not drinking a beer at the same time. It doesn't feel right. It does not feel right to be grilling and not drinking a beer at the same time.
Especially when the weather's nicer. Like we're starting to turn spring, summertime right now.
Right. Absolutely.
You see the sun touching your skin. You feel the sun touching your skin, right? You got to have beer.
That's right.
I wake up in the morning. My head pops up off of the pillow. The first thing that I think of is boobs.
Then?
Boobs. Well, hey, that's number 3. First thing is boobs. Second thing is, man, I can go for a beer right now.
Yeah.
And the third is, I need to pop in a Zen.
Yep. There it is. Buku knows about that Zen life. Ain't that right,
Boobs.
Buku?
Beer, Zen.
Super James cracks me up, bro.
Oh, and slaps whatever the hell that was. Recap for Ripper. Started late again, but Will's lazy ass did show up at least. I was only a couple minutes late. All right. It was only, and then, never mind.
Read the rest of it. Go ahead. Read the rest of it.
Then he immediately took a break. Cricket and Beardo have been carrying the show. Yeah, I mean, what's new? Beardo brought you guys this. At least.
Beardo, you're the
yeah.
man, bro.
Fuck yeah. Hey, if I wasn't down here locked in right there, I'd be right there with you. I'd be like,
Show us how.
Man.
that's how it's done. That's
how it's done, bro.
That's how you do it. That's how you do
Oh
it.
man, that's great. That was freaking great. I love it.
Well, man,
I love it.
I guess we'll talk a little sports.
Might as
Oh
well.
yeah, that thing.
Might as well.
That thing. Let's see if I got the take. Or can I tell one more story? One more quick
Absolutely. It's your show.
story. I know. I say that, but we're gonna do it anyways, right? Cricket. Remember the story I told you about Verizon the other day and the phone? I'll recap for you, Beardo. Bought a new phone online on from Verizon, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to upgrade my iPhone. Got a new iPhone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because normally I just go in the store and suffer through like the hour and a half, 2 hours it takes sometimes. And half of that is you just standing in line waiting for the person in front of you.
Those guys at the phone store, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They
So
don't
normally
care.
I do that. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I forget. You can just do all this shit online now. So I ordered a phone online. Bam, bam, bam. Done. Great. It says ordered. Cool. Get a text like a half hour later. It says, there's an issue with your phone. You need to come in. Go to the Verizon app and just clarify something for us. I'm like, okay. I click on it. It says error. Try again. Error. Try again. And I'm like, so then I have to call Verizon, which is just like, I'd rather go to the dentist than call Verizon customer service, right?
Yeah.
So get on there. Long story short, it's like, oh, we just want to make sure this wasn't fraud. Let me transfer you over to the fraud lady. Get to the fraud lady. And then she goes, okay, hold on. I'm going to put you on hold while I check something out. She calls my number that I'm already on the line with her. By the way, they already know it's me because when I called in, they said, hey, William, we recognize your number. I'm like, oh, okay. And so she calls me on the other line, and I'm like, hey, yeah, it's me. I'm on the other line with you right now. I know you're the same lady because you just introduced yourself as the same lady. You sound like the same lady. I go, can I hang up the other line? No. Answer a bunch of questions. And she goes, okay, now go back to that other line. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? So I go back to the other line. She goes, hey, congratulations. Your phone is approved. We're going to ship it to you. I go, thanks. That shouldn't be this difficult. And so I'm like, okay. What pissed me off, though, Cricket, is it was supposed to get here on Wednesday, but because of that fraud shit, it delayed it an extra day. So I got it yesterday. And now here's where the story continues. Got the phone. It's right here. Transferred everything over. Everything's great, right? Beautiful. Except for one little problem. You're supposed to be able to transfer. Everything's all these eSIMs now or whatever, which is fine. Love it.
On the cloud,
Great.
right?
Yeah.
On the
Electronic
cloud.
SIM. Don't need a real SIM. Cool.
Right.
I'm all for it. Electronic SIM is supposed to transfer over. it transferred over, but then it didn't work. Then I deleted it and tried to transfer it again. It says error. So then I'm like, so I have my old phone, right?
Yeah.
By the way, let's go, Brandon. Got my old phone. The cellular data is still on that one. It didn't transfer over to my new phone. So now guess what I get to do? I get to call Verizon again, and I'm going to be pissed. And it's just one of those things where I was looking up online. It's like some cellular companies, they have to do it for you manually and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they should have put that, like, I'm not mad that it doesn't work and that you have to do it. They should have put in there in the directions of like, hey, by the way, this probably isn't going to work. So you're going to probably have to call in and have us set this up anyways. Because had that been in this list of things that I had to do, I would have said, screw it. I'm just going to go to the store and get it all done there, because at least I know they'll get it fixed and get it working right then and there, rather than now I got to be on the phone again with customer service. And who knows how long that's going to take.
Honestly, it probably would have just been easier to pop out the new SIM on the new phone and put in your old SIM.
There's no SIMs in these anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they're all the eSIMs is what they call them.
Hey, I'm rocking. What's iPhone on now?
15.
15. I'm rocking an iPhone 12.
Got it, baby.
I don't want a new phone. I don't want a new phone.
The only reason why I went up when, like, I have a 13, right? Well, I had it. My old one's a 13, and it was working fine. But I've been having some like plug-in issues and like the battery charging thing, and I had an upgrade available, and I officially just made LLC for the company and whatnot, or for this whole stuff that we're doing here. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna upgrade this damn thing, and do it and write part of it off and whatnot. So whatever. God, it's a headache though. It's a headache. By the way, shout out to Game On Entertainment LLC.
Hey, shout
That's
out.
right.
That's
Shout
right.
out.
That's right.
That's right. Big time, man.
Anyways, that's my frustrating Verizon story for the day. Hopefully I don't have one for you tomorrow. Hopefully it just goes smooth when I call them today, but I'm sure I'll have a story in the morning for you guys.
Yep. Sure enough.
All right, Cricket, what do you want to get into first? Huh?
Let's talk a little
sports
puck.
guy here.
Let's talk a little puck, man. We'll talk about that game last night between Toronto and the Bruins. The Maple Leafs have now forced Game 7 after being down 3-1 in this series. Been playing the last two games without their stud Austin Matthews, and have found a way to win these things. William Nylander came back, got 2 goals last night to be the difference in this thing. And Bruins coach Jim Montgomery after the game had a little thing to say to his star forward David Pastrnak. Man, he expects more out of his best players, which Pastrnak hasn't had a terrible series. He's got 2 goals and 4 points, but it's not really the caliber of play we've been expecting out of this guy. Yeah, this time of year, Brad Marchand has been playing much better, and the Bruins just starting slow. In these last 2 games, man, they got outshot 12-1 in the first period, a scoreless first period last night, but still outshot 12-1. So the Maple Leafs getting a lot more opportunities in that thing. And Boston is in an eerily similar spot that they were last year after being up 3-1 over those Florida Panthers, after having that record-setting regular season where they had the most points ever and all that. Blew that 3-1 lead, lost in 7 games. Well, they're right back in that same spot this year. Obviously not as good as the regular season, but it's got to be a little pressure. I don't know, man. I think I expect Boston to win this one in 7, but you got to kind of look and think that there might be a little something in the back of their minds, man, making them buttholes pucker just a little bit. What you think on this one, Will? Who's going to win Game 7 of this thing, man?
I think the team that goes out there, skates the hardest, puts up the most goals in Game 7 is going to get it done.
You're such a douchebag. You got an opinion? You got an opinion on this puck, Beardo?
Are the Rangers in it?
They are, bro. They're good. They're the best. They won the President's Cup this year for the most points in the regular season.
Bet on the Rangers. Rangers are going to win it all.
Hey, you're right there with Buku, man. Buku's been telling me that we did a little. I got Buku to come in with me and do a little Stanley Cup playoffs preview and stuff. Got him on the camera and everything. He's our ice man, bro. But he liked them Rangers a lot from the word go, bro. He likes them a lot. He said
that's what you get for starting the show off with hockey. You know that's the kind of response you're going to get from it. We had these NBA games last night,
which nobody gives a shit about.
You don't. Everyone else does.
No, everybody does it. Our chat sits here all day long
the
bitching
NBA.
about us talking about that.
Fuck the NBA, dude.
You know you might be the only person on the planet that actually gives a damn about that shit.
Caitlin Clark herself is more relevant than the entire NBA.
No, I don't doubt that, but it's NBA playoffs. We've got a lot of bets to be had. By the way, did we hit that parlay? I know my Embiid leg came through. Did we hit that underdog yesterday?
Bro, I didn't see us win a pick in underdog yesterday.
We hit the Embiid one. We said Embiid over.
All I see is red X's. You never put that one in, man. We didn't put that one in. We had
what was the one that I picked then yesterday? I thought I picked Embiid over points, rebounds, assists.
No, it was Jalen Brunson. We wound up going Jalen Brunson lower, 41.5 points and assists. He had 50.
Well, that was stupid.
Yeah, that was stupid. We had Siakam over 31.5 points, rebounds. He had 26. Jose Ramirez higher in a single. He went over. We had Miles McBride over 9.5 points. He had 3. Bregman higher in 1.5 total bases. He went over. John Tavares higher in a goal. Over.
Hey, you know what? It's almost better to get reverse swept than it is to lose by 1 leg. So at least
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We just shit the bed all around.
Dude, how about Mike Trout? Torn meniscus. Angels, obviously not doing that great, but not doing terrible either. Mike Trout, the best player, arguably the best player in the league. Ohtani ain't pitching right now. He's only hitting. So Mike Trout, the best player, torn meniscus. Done.
He's not done for the season, is he?
No, it won't.
No.
I've had
because that meniscus they heal up pretty like 6
months. It's like 4 to 6 weeks. I've had a couple different meniscus surgeries, man, with torn meniscus, and it's about 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm sure that guy's body. I know he's a little bit older now, but I'm sure that guy's body he keeps in pretty good shape and probably heals pretty quickly. So I'd say 4 to 6 weeks, man.
Well, I mean, especially if he's blasting testosterone and growth hormone like he probably is. You know, he's going to come back a lot quicker. But he'll probably come back and hit before he plays center field again.
Yeah, you're right. With the DH and all that stuff. Yeah, you're probably right. Don't want to put too much extra stress on that knee. But yeah, I mean, 4 to 6 weeks. Like I said, it's not this catastrophic injury that you got to come back. It's more just, it's not even so much that it hurts. It's just more uncomfortable and things like that. It's something you do need to clean up there before, because it can get worse on you and weaken some of that other stuff around it. But you know, it's just more uncomfortable. He'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks.
I think I saw something the other day. Trout still has like 7 years, $250 million on his contract left.
Oh yeah,
and so the organization came to him and asked him to take a pay cut, and this was his response.
You serious?
No, he said absolutely not.
That last part was a joke. They did not ask him to take.
You serious? Yeah. No, there's no fucking way. Absolutely not.
I guess we can. Like I said, we didn't have a whole lot to say about that hockey game. We got Game 7 there for the Bruins and the Maple Leafs, and we'll cover the other games that are tonight over on Smoke the Spread this afternoon and all that. Since my guy Will here doesn't know a whole lot about puck.
Oh, I love hockey. What are you talking about?
No. All right, who's winning tonight?
Stars,
Rangers.
baby. Stars, baby.
Stars. He says. Okay. All right. Buku, who's winning tonight? Buku likes the Stars too. He wants them to win tonight.
He got Stars in 6.
I think we just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and take Stars -1.5. Hell with it.
Are the Prez still in it?
They are, man. They play tonight as well.
They played today.
Are we sending cricket to a Predators game or what?
We're gonna have to wait. Let's wait. Let's wait till the new season. We only got a 3-month break. We don't want to do that for the play. Those tickets are expensive.
Hey, if the Predators go to the Stanley Cup, cricket's fucking going.
We're getting cricket there.
Cricket's going to the Stanley Cup if the Predators go.
Now, don't talk dirty to me. I'm just saying. It ain't like I won't go. I'm just saying my guy Pissant told me what them tickets cost for the first round matchup, and I'm just saying that shit gets expensive. Them arenas ain't real big, man.
Pissant, they are expensive.
well, this is what you do. No, you monetize it. You monetize it. You know, you vlog it, you record it, and you post a video for it.
Yeah.
And then you get that ad revenue back. That's what you do.
I'm down. I'll totally do all that and everything. Like I said, I mean,
you get a foot-long hot dog. You record yourself, deep throating a glizzy.
I ain't going if they had to do that.
Go on some sort of Taylor Swift rant while you're there. That way,
absolutely. You slam a beer, you eat a glizzy, you talk shit on Taylor Swift, and you're at the hockey game. It's a good time. You monetize it.
Talk about repealing the 19th. All that.
Exactly.
Just lean into it.
100%.
We got something here, Cricket. We got something here.
If I do all that, we might be able to get Frank on for a guest appearance, man.
Just fine. Hey, by the way, my favorite person to follow on X has just been fire the last couple tweets.
AB, our guy,
Mark Hamill. May the second Biden administration be as productive and successful as the first. Luke Skywalker to the Biden administration.
It's so unfortunate, man. It is so unfortunate what has happened to Mark Hamill. Because Mark Hamill was so irrelevant besides voicing Joker in cartoons and video games.
I know. He's so good at Joker.
Dude, Mark Hamill, incredible voice actor. He's a shitty actor but an incredible voice actor. He was so irrelevant until Disney fucking pulled him out of his grave to play Luke Skywalker again. Now all of a sudden he's got this relevancy. He's tweeting fucking dumbass fucking bullshit. Now Luke Skywalker is somewhat ruined for me, dude. Luke's it's not entirely there yet where it's ruined, but it's getting there. It is getting there.
It's sad. It's sad to see.
It's so sad,
like those
dude.
things they say, don't meet your heroes. It's like, man,
Correct.
when you watch an
Absolutely.
iconic character like that just grow up and be a pussy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
You're a Jedi, bro.
Yeah. Come on.
Get it together.
Look, he made this t-shirt.
Yep.
He says, if you don't buy one, you ain't black. Joe Biden.
If you don't buy one, you ain't black.
That's based. That is based.
Cricket, because you don't know politics.
No.
Back in 2020 when he was running, he went on a podcast and he basically said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Is legitimately what Joe Biden said.
And we still put that man in office.
Yeah.
Well.
Somebody put him in office.
Well.
Yeah. Somebody put him in office.
The afterlife put him in.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, it was 2020, and we were all on lockdown. So a lot of this stuff was over Skype or Zoom calls or whatever. So yeah, Biden was on. He was on a Zoom call with whoever. It was some interviewer, and he goes, "Listen, if you vote for Donald Trump over me, then you ain't black." Imagine.
You ain't. But that's what I'm saying. How do people just let that go? That probably was LeBron's reaction to that.
If you don't treat me right, another man will. There's another one he had the other day. Where is it at?
Prince played tonight.
Anyways.
Yeah, Prince played tonight, bro.
There you go.
What is that? What is that?
Shannon Sharp cooking up his favorite homemade recipe.
That looks like, what is that, dildos? That's dildos.
No, that's a big dick.
That's dildos. I almost thought that was Play-Doh for a second. That's fucking dildos.
Serious.
That's funny.
Dude,
Jose Canseco.
Where's the other one I saw?
Was that Jose Canseco with Johnny Manziel up there?
Oh, what are they saying?
Yeah, Jose Canseco.
Oh, yeah, because he's dating Johnny Manziel's dating his daughter.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Man, that'd be a cool 30 for 30. Let's just get their family time together.
Dude, I love Jose Canseco.
I do too, bro.
I love him, dude.
Yeah,
Jose Canseco, he did so much for baseball. In a good way.
He
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I don't think Cricket knows. Does Cricket know about that?
Do you know who this is?
I have didn't she like sleep with half the department or something?
Correct.
Okay.
While she was married.
I'm pretty sure we talked about her one time you were on here before, Beardo.
Okay.
Oh man, what is this?
Oh man.
Your Twitter timeline is
He must have deleted it. He must have deleted the one I was looking for.
Got to be careful there. You got to be careful. Well, do you have your Twitter on safe mode?
Hell no.
Okay. All right.
What
Well,
is what is
be
safe
careful.
mode?
Because, dude, Twitter is so fucking toxic nowadays. Like, you can literally click on a sports-related tweet, and you go into the replies, and 2 or 3 replies down, it'll just be some bitch with their titties out getting fucking blasted.
That's where you gotta be careful. Is when you click on the.
You got to be careful. Like,
that's the one where you got to click on it to make sure that it says the content may be explicit or something. You got to click.
It won't even. If you're not on safe mode, it'll just be right there.
I must be on safe mode, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was because I see those all the time. I'm like, wait a minute. What is this?
Hey, could you imagine being someone and throwing a basketball at a? So this happened last night.
I saw this.
Obviously, the Bucks. Disappointing season ended. We'll get to that, but a fan was talking. Oh, hold on. Fan was talking shit to Pat Beverly, which I don't know why you'd ever talk shit to Pat. That's like the last person on the Bucks I'd talk shit to. Watch what happens here. My man Pat goes, "Hey, he's sitting here. Someone's talking shit to him. So Pat's right there. That's Pat. This guy's up here talking shit. Pat throws the basketball at him.
Oh, hits a bitch. That's a chick.
Yeah. in the side of the head.
Hits the chick on the side of the head. Wow.
And watch how this plays out. He's like, no, man, I meant
Back at him.
because I meant to hit you.
Yeah, I was throwing at you.
Wow.
Hey, man, here's your ball. Whatever. I'd have hung on. Ain't no way I'd thrown that back to them. After you throw a basketball at me, I'd be like, I'm taking this souvenir with me.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Does he get fined? He gets fined. He has to get
He's
fined.
going to get fined. He's going to get
fined.
a suspension.
It'll probably be a slap on the wrist. Adam Silver, he's a fucking pussy. He'll just get a slap
True.
on the wrist.
We should
It's
totally listen to Pat Bev's podcast today, though.
Oh, yes.
He's got a show?
Yeah. Pat Bev's
Yeah.
a funny guy, bro. He's a funny guy.
Everybody's got a fucking show nowadays.
Right.
All these dudes who we don't give a fuck about, they all have fucking shows.
I don't know why all of these damn professional athletes that have all these connections and friendships and stuff like that, I don't know why all of them, because that's what we want to hear, all the like behind the scenes stories and stuff.
And it's so easy for them because they're already famous. So it's like, the hardest thing is to like Beardo, congratulations. You used to telling us that you had 800 new subscribers on YouTube in the last 28 days, which is like huge.
That's big time, bro.
Right.
Anyone.
For guys like us, that's huge.
That's
big
big
time. If you're famous, you get you just instantly get a ton of people. Like, you don't even have to be a good athlete.
But here's the thing, like, most of the time, nobody gives a fuck about what they're saying, and most of the time, what they say is fucking idiotic horseshit. Like,
a lot of them are real dumb.
They're dumb, dude. Like, they're dumb. Like, they don't offer anything, but yet, since they're famous, they have that status. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get that audience. Like, this show is light years more intelligent than some of these motherfuckers show.
I agree, sir.
I mean, that's 100% true. I mean, that's congratulations to us. Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Those are just facts.
Big facts. Well, what Pat had to say after the game, man.
I'm sorry. Before I finish. You subscribe to my pod?
Oh, fuck.
So you can't interview me then. No disrespect.
Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay,
no offense.
Cool.
Again, there were a couple times with him.
He is so lucky he's black too, because if a white guy did that to a female black reporter, oh my god!
Imagine if Luka, if Luka or Jokic, if he would have been like, "Hey, are you subscribed to my podcast? Because if you're not, I'm not answering your question." Like, dude,
I also think this is just hilarious that he did that
to a black woman too.
I love when these athletes do stupid shit like this. It's great.
Luka would just say, "It's amazing."
It's amazing.
That's all you get out of Luka, bro. You subscribe to my pod? Oh, you can't ask me a question then. If I was her, I'd have pulled my phone out right then and been like, "Here, help me find it." She'd have got a full interview if she'd done that. Just pull it out.
That would have been a smart move. She would have been like, click.
If she would have whipped it out, and said, "Okay, I'm subscribed right now,"
he would have walked away and went and done a full interview with her, probably.
Yeah,
she would have been on. That would have been the next episode.
Yeah, straight up. That's what I'm saying. You got to learn how to work with this stuff, man.
Man, oh man. Okay, let's recap this real quick. So those Bucks did lose last night, 120-98. It actually was a close game. It was a really close game, and then the Pacers just kind of ran away with it towards the end. Damian Lillard did end up coming back and playing, and he started off hot. He came out, and it was a good back and forth between them and the Pacers. Pacers went up like at one point. It was no. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other game. They went up double digits, and then the Bucks just went on a run, and then from there it was just back and forth, and the Pacers just pulled away after that. And 120-98 finished. The Pacers are moving on, and they're going to be facing the Knicks, who finished off their series last night too. Bro, 118-115. This one was fun. At one point, this game between the Knicks and the 76ers, Knicks were up like 33-11, and then the Sixers end up coming back and like winning the first half.
You remember the alt line I put in yesterday on the show?
Oh, Knicks minus 2.5.
Knicks minus 2.5 at plus 155. That's a winner, bro.
I had the over. I was feeling good. I had the Sixers money line with the over as well. So that didn't
you got over easy, didn't you? In this one,
yeah, it was 203, dude.
I started to say I knew it was low. I knew it wasn't nowhere close to 233.
Yeah, I mean this one went way.
This is the one we should have alt totaled all the way up. The other one would have got there if the Bucks didn't just lay down in the second half.
This over, the close was 217.5, finished 218.
Oh, bro, I know you remember I outlined it all the way up to 228, but it should have
been
gone
there.
over.
Uh-huh. It was just a piss poor fourth quarter.
Yeah,
but yeah. So we have some matchups that are set now here in the playoffs. Let's see if they show us. Let's see. No, they're not gonna show us. I wish there was just a nice little bracket they would give us.
that's what I'm saying. Why don't we have a bracket?
Hmm?
There it is, playoff bracket up there in the top corner. Go up the playoff bracket.
Well, there we go.
I was like,
there we go. So we got so here are the series that we know for sure. We got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Those are going to be kicking off tomorrow night. That series, I'm still liking. I'm sprinkling some on the Nuggets to sweep this one. I like it, especially with Anthony Edwards coming out talking shit, saying he's got to avenge LeBron's loss and whatnot. And I'm like, dude, it's going to be a little bit of a different a team that you're going to be playing versus what you saw in the Nuggets.
Well, the Nuggets won it last year, right?
Sorry. Yeah, they won it last year. They only lost one game last season throughout the playoffs. In their last 18 playoff games, they've only lost 2 games.
It's pretty strong, bro.
Joker's so fucking good, dude.
I don't think he's playing that much longer, bro.
Really?
Well, I really don't. What else has he got to prove, man? Especially if they go back to back.
He doesn't give a fuck. That's the thing. He does not give a fuck. Last year when they won it all and they were asking about the parade, he goes, I don't care about the parade. I just want to go home and fucking I just want to start farming. I want to go back home and just work on the farm.
I showed that to SD14 fan that she loves the Nugs and everything. And I was like, you didn't see him last year? And they were like, how you feel about the parade on Thursday? He's like, parade on Thursday. And he looks over and they tell him, he's like, no, I have to go home.
I have to go home. Yeah. He does
not
care.
Why I disagree with you, Cricket, is because he's still so young and that money is so good. 70, just his contract is he's making $70 million a year, plus all the endorsements and stuff.
What is he, 27, 28? I'm not saying he's retiring at the end of this year, but I'm saying I feel like we get maybe 3 more seasons, probably 2, maybe 3 more.
You made it feel like he was going to do one more season.
I feel like he's going to retire around 30.
Okay. So, still, I don't know, man. That money is so good.
He just but he's he's the kind of guy to me that doesn't seem like he gives a shit about all that, man. He's
those big guys,
stuff he wants to do.
Those big guys don't have a long career anyway.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't want to just fall off a cliff. Why not? Go ahead, get you a chance. Like I said, especially if they were to go back to back right here, you just don't have anything to prove anymore. It should have been the MVP 4 years in a row now or whatever.
Look what happened to Shaq.
It happens quick, man.
Dude played way longer than he should have.
Mm-hmm.
How about Zion, man? Zion's a big boy. He didn't even fucking get started. He's done.
They should have taken the Magic Johnson route and bowed out early, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zion, I don't know, man. I saw this. We saw this at Duke. It's something, too, all these giant guys that grow so big, so fast at such a young age. I think their body outgrows themselves, man. It just
Greg Oden. Look at Greg Oden.
Greg Oden, man. Yao Ming had some problems later in his career.
Mm-hmm.
You look at a guy like Victor Wembanyama, who they've been training since birth, doing all of these different drills and things for his ankles and his knees, so they hold up down the long because the guy's 7'5", man. They know he's growing too fast.
Yeah,
bro.
Had he grown up here though and ate all the shit that we eat, that we have in our food over here, I guarantee you he would have been like all the other guys. That has to play a part of it.
Who's homeboy from the Spurs? Number 1.
That's Wembanyama.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
But they've been training since he was I read an article leading up to the draft. Since he's 6 years old, they've been doing all these different drills for his ankles and his knees and all this stuff. So when he grows at a rapid rate like he is, they show his picture to him in Little League, and he's 1.5 foot taller than every other player on the court. They knew that man was going to need to do something to help those legs.
Cricket, yeah. I forgot this. We are on the same team. It's basically the whole sports morning show. Is
I was going to ask y'all. I was I don't even know whose team I'm on, man.
I'll pull it up here in a second. But Buku says, "Damn, Will, what did I do? What did I say this time? I can't remember." Good morning, MB. How we doing? Doing?
Hey, good morning, MB. Good morning, MB. I never mean to leave you out at the end when I'm telling all the chat thanks and stuff. But you have usually your morning all there, and it's hidden in between the rest of the ruckus going on in the chat. So I'm not ignoring you in the mornings when I say bye. I just don't see that little message there. But good morning.
Look at this team. Look at Team Loki. And apparently, I think they got a draft. I think they did a little round robin draft.
We did. We did a draft, man. You got the top 4 spots were the captains, and we just did in order. Jeff wound up number 1. He got the first pick. Chuck was 2. He got the second. Genesis 3rd, and Loki was 4th.
Well, Loki's smart. Loki's I'm going to go get my boys from the morning show because it's got you, me, Buku, Gorlock isn't part of the morning show, and
That's B Bars. That's our people. They're from over there in the afternoon. Yeah, Gorlock just jumped in this thing not long ago, and B Bars. That's Brian, man. Brian's a big hockey guy.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh no, Super James is on Team Jeff. I'm on Team
Okay.
Jeff. My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
But look at that squad. All right, I won't let you down, Loki. I promise. I already started off with a winner yesterday, so we're good.
I did let y'all down yesterday. I totally forgot about that last night. There wasn't enough late action in the sports world. I couldn't even put a pick in last night.
Austin Riley's going to come through for us this month.
No, he's not.
He's gonna. I can't wait.
You're gonna keep betting that until it makes you go broke.
Then we're gonna double down. I'm gonna be like that
Then
guy.
double. Then I'm gonna take a
guy
loan.
watching the
Double down.
horses. You know, I'm just gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be standing there like this. Just come on, Austin Riley. Come on. Each time he's swinging, I'm gonna be watching the game, swinging along with him.
Well, let's get this NBA shit out of the way so we can talk baseball.
Okay. Today's games. What do we got today in the NBA? What do we got?
We got the Cavs and the Magic tipping off at 7:10. Go ahead, sir.
That is disgusting. Magic are 3.5-point favorites. I'd go with the Cavs here. Cavs money line. They're going to close out the series. Road team. Beardo, they say in the NBA playoffs, a series doesn't start until a road team wins a game. This series has not started yet because we're at game 6 and a road team has yet to win a game. So this series, we're still waiting for it to start. I think it starts tonight and finishes tonight. I think the Cavs are going to finally get the road win and close this thing out. What say you, Beardo?
Sure.
Sure. See?
That's what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know, man. Just bet the over tonight, man. It's under 200. Let's
How
bet
about
the
this?
over.
How about this? Clippers suck. Take the Mavs.
There it is. There it is. I like that.
I
What do
like
you think, Cricket?
I think the Mavs close this one out tonight, man. I do. And then the Magic Cavs game, like I said, seeing it at 199.5, I think I'm gonna go over. I might alt total up over 203.
I mean, yeah, I would go over in that one for sure. And this is the kind of expert analysis we bring on the show. This is why we brought Beardo in here. He just tells you how it is. Clippers suck.
That's all I
Bet
do.
the Mavs. Dude, this is how everyone felt. Who I saw so many sharp bettors, people I respect, all over the Clippers the other in game 5, that it made me take the Mavericks because I'm like, you guys are wrong. And the Mavericks, what do? They go out there, they blow out the Clippers, who don't even look like they wanted to even be there. And everyone that had their money on the Clippers, this is how they felt after the game.
You're such fucking dopes.
Not serious people.
You are not serious, people. Yeah, Mavericks, so 7.5 points. That seems a little steep, but we do know, like especially in these series-ending games, it's like we just saw last night with the Bucks and the Pacers. It seems like if you pull away, like the team they realize their season's coming to an end and they just kind of give up. So feels like a lot of points, 7.5, because this has been like a 3-4 point spread the whole series. But I think if you like the Mavs tonight, you don't get scared away by that number.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't paid any attention to the NBA playoffs. I don't give a fuck about the NBA, but I'll say this. Mavs blow at the Clippers tonight. It's not even fucking close.
Talk dirty to me, Beardo. All right,
It's not even close. If
I'm
you're
late.
a betting man, don't take my word for it. This is just my opinion.
I took
This
it,
is
man.
just-
I'm all
This is just
lining
my
up.
opinion.
I got the
Mavs blow at the Clippers tonight.
I got a minus 11.5. I'm gonna ladder it
I'm
up.
seeing if
too.
I can get a minus 15. I'm gonna see what they'll let me.
I'm gonna let it go as high as it'll let me go. Too. I bet that 11.5 at plus 150.
It's not even close. I'm telling you, it's not even close.
So minus 18.5. They gonna win it by 20. I get plus 330 on that. We're doing it. We're doing it. Lock it in. Let's go. We'll put a half unit on that minus 18.5. We put a whole unit on the minus 11.5.
The alt lines aren't up yet, but when the alt lines come out on my book, I'm gonna look for minus 15.
Yep, my 18.5 as high as they let me go.
All right.
I did take that alt total of the first game too. Alt total over 204.5 at plus 135.
Had a baby. Okay, we got baseball today, huh?
Yeah, lots of
not
it.
many games.
Oh, yeah.
We got
Look at that.
Look at
Beautiful.
that. Ooh, and
Beautiful
the
thing, man.
night game, Braves and the Dodgers. That series kicking off.
Beardo, I've been hooked on baseball, bro.
Hell yeah. You love to hear it.
let me I'll look
No,
and see.
tell them why you're hooked on baseball. Tell them what you like to bet.
I love alt run lines, Beardo. Like
Okay.
I take dog. Like there's just not that many 1-run games in baseball. You don't realize it. You think it's going to be close and all this stuff. And I like run lines a lot more than I like puck lines in hockey because run lines can be covered in one swing of the bat. You know, puck line you obviously have to score. You can't score more than one goal at a time to get it up.
Break it down. Break it down for Beardo. What does that mean? What's a run line?
A run line minus 1.5 for okay. In run line, a run line in baseball is whichever team is minus 1.5 or plus 1.5. Is the way they do it. In hockey, they call it the puck line, where it's minus 1.5 or plus 1.5 there too. Usually what I've been doing in baseball, man, I'll take the team that the book has listed at plus 1.5 and I flip it around to minus 1.5 the other way if I like the matchup. And you'll be surprised at how, because you wind up getting crazy odds, man. You wind up getting up plus 200 on most of these. So you wind up only having to hit about 1 out of 3 to break even. You wind up having a decent little day there. The money piles up pretty quick, dude. I don't even lay money on any bet anymore. I just outline it out and make sure I get plus money.
Okay.
So Beardo, for example, if Cricket liked the Rockies today, he could bet them on the money line here, and they're the underdog. All they have to do is win outright, and he gets a plus 160 return. But what he's saying is, if I like a dog to win, what are the odds this dog wins by exactly 1? Rarely happens, right? What he's saying is, this dog, not only are they going to win, but they're going to win by 2 runs or more. So he'll get like plus 280 instead.
Because, like Super James says here, 1-run games, it's about 26% historically in the MLB, which means there's 74% of them games that ain't 1-run games. You just got to find the right side of that damn thing and take all that value.
It's about 74% when I decide to bet the run line. Because then
I'll tell you this, though.
It's going to land exactly on 1.
That's why you got to bet alt-run lines.
I'll tell you this. As a baseball fan, this works for the beginning of the season. When you get into August and September,
those get a little tight.
It gets tighter. It gets tighter, especially with playoff teams. With teams,
I would be a lot more careful in the playoffs. Yeah. Like I think I kind of like these. I like looking at bad teams that nobody gives a shot. That's throwing their ace or their number 2 guy because they're usually they're not going to lose every game. But even if they're going to win 30 or 40, usually winds up being one of those top 2 dogs or pitching right there. You just find those spots, man. And like the A's, everybody bet against the A's religiously last year. I'm going to have to buy an A's jersey for all of the money that they made me so far. And the Royals, bro. Like I'm going to have a half jersey, half Royals, half A's on one side because they're killing it, bro.
Fuck both of them. I cannot stand the A's and I cannot stand the Royals.
See, my favorite color is green, Beardo. It's my favorite color is green, man. Whoever's winning my bets, that's what it's about. This first game today.
There you go.
We got these Brewers who start off a little hot against these Cubs who have also been pretty good. You got Joe Ross on the bump for Milwaukee today. Hayden Wesneski will be going for Chicago. Chicago is minus 1.5 at home on the run line, plus 170. The Brewers are plus 1.5 at minus 205, plus 105 on the money line for Milwaukee, minus 125 on the money line for Chicago. You got a total of 7.5, minus 118 to the over, minus 102 to the under. What do you think about these Cubs early on in the year, man?
I like the Cubs.
Okay.
I do like the Cubs. Cubs are playing some good baseball right now.
They are. I agree, sir. If I'm not mistaken, I think Wesneski's pitched pretty well early on, too, man. This is a sneaky good Cubs team. Have been able to go on the road and get some wins right there. So I like this team. The Brewers have been kind of impressive early on, too, man. Surprised me a little bit, but I can't figure them out, dude. They had the first couple of weeks, I was just piling on Brewers over because they were covering every single day. And them bats have kind of cooled off a little bit now, so I got to kind of watch out for that one. Just a little bit, but I do think I like the Cubs today right there. You don't even have to alt-run line that one. I just take that minus 1.5 plus 170 at home. You got an early game here. Yeah, I like the Cubs today. I
like the Cubs. Yeah.
Orioles I have a system play in this one, Beardo. Orioles, Cole Irvin on the hill for Baltimore. Hunter Green is going for the Reds. I have a rule, Beardo. I cannot bet on the Reds when Green is pitching. It's just it doesn't make any sense, man. It's done me pretty well so far. I think he actually won his last outing, so I'm probably going to take the Baltimore Orioles again today. But you got the Reds plus 1.5 on the run line at minus 162. Orioles minus 1.5 at plus 136. Minus 115 on the money line for Baltimore. Minus 105 for Cincinnati with a total of 9. Minus 115 to the over. Minus 105 to the under. These Orioles look good, dude.
The Orioles have some gamers, but you know who else is a gamer?
Who's that?
Ellie.
De La Cruz, man, yeah.
Ellie. Ellie is a fucking gamer, dude. He might be – he's no Mike Trout. But he might be one of the most exciting players in baseball.
And he had his little struggles early on in the year, but he's kind of righted that ship since. Been a little bit on a little bit of a tear there. Yeah. Reds have put a few wins together. So, I don't know. Like I said, I can't – I want to bet the Orioles again today, but I know Hunter Green bit me last time with my system play, but I'm probably going to have to run it back today, man. I'm going to have to run it back.
There you go.
Giants at the Phillies. Jordan Hicks on the hill for San Francisco. Aaron Nola will be going for Philadelphia. Phillies are -1.5 on the run line at home, +136. Giants +1.5 on the road at -162. +130 on the money line for San Francisco, -155 for Philadelphia, with a total of 7.5, -112 to the over, -108 to the under. It's hard to bet against the Phillies when Aaron Nola's on the hill, man.
It's tough to bet against the Phillies in general. This Phillies squad, they are stacked.
They look good, bro.
Do not bet against the Phillies, man. I don't care if it is April, June, August, September. Don't bet against the Phillies. The Phillies have a fucking squad.
I think they set the franchise record for most wins in a month with, I think, 20 in April. I believe they had 20 wins in April. Franchise record. That's a good franchise, bro. You set any franchise record for those franchises at this point, you had a hell of a month. So I think I will. I think I might actually outline the Phillies out -2.5. Let's see what the odds on that would be. Because I like doing that, man. Some of these, this thing, sometimes the -1.5s, even if I like the -1.5, I usually outline it out to -2.5 and get some more plus money on it. Because you'd be surprised how often those teams blow the doors off. You can get the Phillies -2.5 at +214. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
Rockies. The Rockies are terrible.
Oh, horrible.
Disgusting. They're at the Pirates today. Kyle Quantrill on the hill for Colorado. Martin Perez will be going for Pittsburgh. Pirates -1.5 at home, +114. Rockies +1.5 on the road at -135. You got +154 on the money line for Colorado, -185 on the money line for Pittsburgh.
Oh, my
look at that, man. Say good morning.
Wow. Look at that.
What's up, y'all? Boy, she's wide awake, too, man. She's hungry, Dad.
She's hungry. She's ready.
That's awesome, bro. Wide. Look at her. She's like, what's going on here, man?
Like, what is this? What is this?
She said, take the Phillies.
Take the Phillies. That's right.
We're taking the Phillies -2.5.
Listen to Uncle Beardo. Bet the Mavs tonight and don't bet against the Phillies.
We're betting the Phillies -2.5, Will, at plus like 215 or something.
Done. Lock it in.
Lock it in,
baby.
We probably bet against these Rockies at -2.5 too, against these Pirates. I don't know, Pirates.
You want to pull up your screen?
Yeah, I can do that. Give me just a second here to get all that. What did you let me see if you got any opinion on these early games, Will, with the Brewers. You got opinion on the Brewers Cubs early on?
No, I haven't really dove into it. I was listening to you guys talk about it. Nothing stood out to me. I agreed with everything you guys are saying. You guys are just dialed in. Love it.
Dialed in, man. Love baseball. Bro, big fan. Big fan. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see. So there's that Pirates game. Man, I don't know. I'm probably just staying away from that Rockies-Pirates game. I can't figure that out.
Pirates both these squads suck so much that I am tempted by the +154 there on the Rockies.
Wouldn't be
getting good plus money on it. Do a little alt run line on it.
I started to say, y'all get crazy, man. Yeah. Those are the kind of plays that'll win for you right there, like betting the White Sox for 6 days in a row and stuff. They'll work out for you.
The White Sox, the worst team in baseball. Cricket and I jump on them for their little sweep run that they had against the Rays, and then they've been good to us.
And Beardo, they have this bet on DraftKings they give you every day. They got a promo, okay? It's called Up Too Early and Win. You bet a team on the money line, you get one of these a day. Bet a team on the money line, you got a promo, you play that promo. If they get up by 2 runs at any point in time in the game, you automatically win your bet. And the White Sox, almost every game, get up 2-0 in the first inning. And they cash my bet before we even – I don't even have to watch it.
And then they go on to lose the game.
Yeah,
so
don't even care.
Lost.
Yeah, would have normally lost. So I don't even care. I don't even watch it after the first inning, man. It's been great. Here's one, man. This is a matchup. This is a game of the day right here, baby. Toronto Blue Jays at the Washington Nationals. Yusei Kikuchi, best name in baseball, on the hill for the Blue Jays. And it's Patrick Corbin Day up in Washington, man. Washington +1.5 on the run line. Both those are -110. -180 on the money line for Toronto. +150 for Washington. Total of 9. -105 to the over. -115 to the under. I'm going to hate to do it, man, but I think I'm out run lining against my guy, Yusei Kikuchi, today.
What?
I think so, man.
What?
I think everybody loves
the Blue Jays are terrible, but they're not Patrick Corbin terrible.
I'm just saying, bro. Everybody loves to bet against Patrick Corbin. There's another guy sitting around listening about how bad he sucks. That's Patrick Corbin, man.
Because he sucks.
The Blue Jays ain't great, man. They don't hit it great. They're not great
Blue
team.
Jays. I'm going Blue Jays team total over 4.5.
That makes me
free
feel
money.
Better.
Free money on the sidewalk. You bend over, you pick it up.
-2.5. I'm taking them -2.5. I don't even need that 1.5, bro. Let's see what that would be. Let's see. Nationals plus 456. Lock it in. There will be a half unit put on that, y'all. Let's just go ahead.
The book thanks you for your donation.
We'll see. We'll see. The book ain't been thanking me. We'll see. Let's go. Love baseball, bro. Mets at the Rays. The Rays suck, too. Jose Quintana on the hill for New York. Aaron Savali will be going for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's minus 1.5 at home, plus 154. Mets plus 1.5 on the road, minus 185. Plus 114 on the money line for New York, minus 135 for Tampa Bay. Got a total of 8. That is minus 110 both ways. You down around these Rays, ain't you? You down around that country, ain't you, Beardo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm about an hour away from Tampa.
How do the Rays fans feel? Hell, y'all can't get nobody to go to the ballpark down there, man.
Dude, the Rays have 0 fans, but here's the thing. The Rays, they typically have a good squad, man.
Not this year.
They're not good this year. You're right. They have been the last few years. I mean, hell, last year early on, that was a system play. The Rays at home was team total over, man. It was like death and taxes, right, Will?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's Rays Mets. 2 bad teams.
Yeah.
2 bad teams. Rays at home. I think you take the Rays at home.
I almost want the Rays to lose just to hear a Frank rant. That would be worth it, man. They lose to the Rays, he's going to lose his mind. He'll chew that necklace in half. I don't know, man. This is one for me. I'm staying away from here. Yeah, I ain't going to touch this one. Some games are just disgusting.
That's the sole reason why I'm going to bet the Rays today is just so we can get a Frank rant.
Yeah. Bet it, bro. Bet it.
I like the Rays. Well, it's in Tampa, right?
Uh-huh. It is in Tampa,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Rays at home. Rays at home for sure.
Okay. I might jump on that run line with it. Like I said, I don't bet money lines anymore, man. Unless I get the money line at plus 160 or higher, I don't even touch it. I just go all run line. Tigers at the Yankees. Reese Olson on the hill for Detroit. Marcus Stroman will be going for New York. Minus 1.5 on the run line for the Yankees, plus 130. Plus 1.5 for Detroit, minus 155. Plus 136 on the money line for the Tigers. Minus 162 for the Yankees. Total of 8. Minus 105 to the over. Minus 115 to the under. This might be an alt-run line spot, bro. Tigers play good on the road.
Yankees are always one swing away.
Yeah,
from
that's true.
Dude, they got so many fucking gamers, man. The Yankees are just one swing away. Do not bet against, outright, you got to take the Yankees.
That series last week in Milwaukee, they scored, 30 runs in 2 games? It's something crazy, bro. So they get hot. They can really light it up. I just like the way the Tigers have played on the road, bro. They got a pretty stellar record on the road.
Cricket SD14 fan has a question for you.
What'd she say? Where's he at? I don't see it.
I'll be right back, boys.
You're good, man. Hey, let me get this other thing pulled up here. I guess that my StreamYard stopped. So, Crick, when we go in October, are we meeting up with Beardo? We can. Her brother and his fiance live down Beardo's way, and we're gonna have to go down for a wedding down in October. So, maybe we can. That'd be cool. Good. That's a good thought. I guess my StreamYard's working again because there it is now. Either way, but yeah, we can see if we can't work that out. That'd be a good time. Like I said, she just runs around the house all the time screaming, "What are you, effing 12?" Daily. That's a daily occurrence, man.
Either that or trying to scare you, huh?
Or shooting me with Nerf guns. I told y'all, man. I got my defense mechanism now. I got my Nerf gun. I keep my sawed-off shotgun laying right beside me. She comes in the house. I just start shooting, man. I ain't playing with her no more. She started this nonsense. Let's see here. Angel. Oh, man, we got to wait on this one. We'll save this one until he gets back, man. We'll come back to this one. His Angels. Rangers at my Royals. I think these are my Royals, bro. I'm pretty sure these are my Royals. And I think we're going to outline it today, too. Texas Rangers at the Kansas City Royals. Michael Lorenzen on the hill for Texas. Brady Singer, my guy. See, yep, automatic. System play. Brady Singer's on the hill. Alt-run line. Royals. Lock it in. They are plus 1.5 at home, minus 192. What you gonna say?
Did CU say who is this guy? Like, does he not know Beardo?
Oh, see, you doesn't know Beardo?
I don't know. Okay. Either that or I missed something in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's when we got multiple people in here, it's harder to maintain the chat. We get to talking about things and stuff like that. But no, Beardo's our guy, man. He is from Geeks and Gamers over there with Ryan and all those guys. That's our guy right there. But yeah, Royals minus 115 on the money line. Rangers minus 105. You got a total of 9. Minus 108 to the over. Minus 112 to the under. It's Brady Singer day for the Royals. I'm going alt run line. Lock it in. Let's see what that is. What we get on the odds on that? I need to put all these together while we're talking about it. Game line, Royals minus 1.5. Boom, plus 161. Lock that in, y'all. Lock that in today. It's Brady Singer day, baby. Mariners at the Astros, the Disastros. George Kirby on the hill for the Mariners. Ronel Blanco will be going for Houston. Houston is plus 1.5, minus 185. Mariners minus 1.5, plus 154, minus 108. On the money line for Seattle, minus 112 for Houston. Total of 8.5. Even money to the over, minus 120 to the under. What do you think here, man? I know you can't bet them.
Over.
Over? Okay. Even with as good as them Seattle pitchers have been, I'm pretty sure this guy's been pretty solid.
Over.
Okay. We'll look back at that. I'm not going to endorse that one just yet because I don't know. I think George Kirby's been kind of firing at that thing, bro.
Over.
Bo Sox at the Twinkies. Tanner Houck will be going for Boston. Chris Paddock on the hill for the Minnesota. Plus 1.5 for the Twins, minus 185. Minus 1.5 for Boston at plus 154, minus 112.
There she is. Hold on.
Whoa, what is it? Oh, look at that, bro.
Look at this little girl right here. Look at her. What a beauty.
Man. She looks like she's living the life, bro.
Look at those ears.
Straight up.
What's her name?
Her name is Faye.
Faye.
Yeah.
She's a sweet thing, bro. You can tell.
Look at her.
Just hanging out.
Like one of the easiest pups I've ever dealt with.
That's big time because I tell people all the time, puppies are more work than babies, bro.
Sometimes, yeah.
They are. I've had both.
Well, I mean, I've never had a baby. I've never dealt with a human baby of my own.
I'm just saying, babies, you can pop binkies in, pop a bottle, all that stuff. A puppy will lay there and cry all night long. You let them out and try. You can't just leave them alone, and they'll chew the whole house up.
Yeah, but if you need to walk away from a puppy in a cage, you can. You can't really do that with a baby.
It's more about sleeping at night is what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, you can leave them in that cage, but they'll sit there and cry and whine all night long. And
you almost sleeping at night. Let me introduce you to twins, Cricket.
Hey, you knew better, man. You should have known better. You know what caused that. You did.
We just hitting home runs over here.
Hitting home runs wide open, bro. I saved this game for you, Beardo. Your Angels.
Here we go.
The Guardians, man. Jose Soriano on the hill for Los Angeles tonight. Tanner Bybee will be going for Cleveland. You got the Guardians minus 1.5 at home, plus 120. Angels plus 1.5 on the road at minus 142, plus 150 on the money line for Los Angeles, minus 180 for Cleveland. You got a total of 8, minus 115 to the over, minus 105 to the under. You Angels get it done today, man?
No way.
No way. He said no way.
No way.
Yeah, how you feel about old Soriano, man? How do you feel about your Angels as a whole, bro?
I have zero faith in the Angels. I didn't before the season started. I did initially when the season started, when it actually got started. Mike Trout started off hot, but with Mike Trout out, Rendon, he got into a little groove. He's out now too. I mean, who the fuck do the Angels have left? I mean, no, absolutely no.
Buku cannot stand Anthony Rendon, bro.
Oh, dude.
He cannot stand that guy. After that little
You're preaching to the choir here. You're preaching to the choir. I cannot stand Rendon. Rendon is the most unlikable player in Major League Baseball.
Buku was done with him after he came out in the offseason, was like, oh, I don't even like baseball.
He goes, like, baseball isn't even a priority for me. My priority is family and religion. Baseball is just a job for me. Whatever. It's like, yeah, we can tell, buddy. We can tell.
I'm telling you, Buku don't get really fired up about much when it comes to that stuff. But you got a baseball guy out there saying that, man, because he's all about traditionalist and all that stuff. Boy, he gets talking about Anthony Rendon, bro. He gets upset.
Oh, Rendon's the worst. Rendon is the worst. No, absolutely bet against the Angels whenever you can.
That's fair. Okay, we'll do it today, man. I like Tanner Bybee, too, on the hill for the Guardians there. Also, we're going with the Royals today, Beardo. It's Brady Singer Day. It's another one of my system plays right here. We're going to go all run line minus 1.5.
Okay.
I love the Royals, bro. I do. Let's see here. Where we at?
Bet against Houston, too. Houston fucking blows.
They are bad, dude.
They're bad.
Yeah, they just, like, I did not foresee them starting out quite as bad as they have this year.
They find ways to lose baseball games.
And the Mariners, on the other hand, been pitching that starting rotation and the bullpen. The pitchers for the Mariners have been on fire, bro. Took 2 out of 3 from those Braves up in Seattle just a couple days ago. So Will likes the over in that one. I don't know how I feel about that, man. George Kirby's been throwing pretty well on that hill. I don't know how I feel about that. Bo Sox at the Twins. We said Tanner Houck on the bump for Boston and Chris Paddock going for the Twins. I don't know about this one either, man. Both Sox started out pretty hot, too, early on, but the Twins have had that crazy winning streak. I think it's since been ended. I think they lost one the other day, but they have won 8 or 9 in a row. something like that. Now back at home right here. My little boy, man, yesterday, Wednesday was my oldest son's 7th birthday.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's going to get to go to they live in Minneapolis. He's going to get to go to a Twins game on Sunday, man, his first Twins game. So he's really excited about that. Yeah, he's pretty stoked about that, man. So that's big time.
That's awesome.
But, I don't have an overwhelming opinion on that one today. I might dive into it a little bit. It may be a spot for a Twins alt run line, but if I bet against those Red Sox this year, I had to swear them off for a little bit because if I bet on them, they were beating me. If I bet against them, they were beating me. But they did me right the last week or so, man. They came back, got me some of that money back. So I may just stay away from them today. White Sox, boy, this is another terrible game. White Sox at the Cardinals. Brad Keller on the hill for Chicago. Sonny Gray will be going for St. Louis. Cardinals -1.5 at -125.
I like Sonny Gray.
I do too. I do too. If you got to deal with one of those pitchers up there with the Cardinals, I like Sonny Gray, man. White Sox too are just abysmal. I probably will use my up 2 early and win though in this one at +225 on the money line right there, and just hope the White Sox get up 2-0 again.
I think this is where I go back to fading the White Sox.
I think so. It probably needs to be Cardinals like -3.5 or something. Is probably the bet there. They're probably gonna win like 7-1. My golly, bro! I got all my pitchers are going today. Marlins. Miami Marlins with Ryan Weathers on the hill. Oakland Athletics with J.P. Sears. My guy, J.P. Sears, I like him a lot, bro. He's made me some money this year. Oakland -1.5 +154. Marlins -185 at +1.5 +114 on the money line for Miami. -135 for Oakland. Total of 7.5. -118 to the over. -102 to the under. The Marlins are bad, bro.
Yeah, and the A's, I mean, I don't know. It's easy to bet against the A's.
But they got to be careful. But I'm telling you, they've been doing me right, man. And I'm going to bet them again today. I got to bet them on J.P. Sears today.
Hey, there you go.
It's a system play. It's a system play when J.P. Sears is pitching for me, man. Him and Paul Blackburn. I'm betting on the A's when those guys are pitching.
There you go.
Padres at the Diamondbacks. It's Dylan Cease Day, y'all. He will be on the hill for San Diego. Slade Ciccone will be going for Arizona. Arizona +1.5 at home, -180. Padres -1.5 on the road at +150. -108 on the money line for San Diego. -112 for Arizona. You got a total of 9. -105 to the over. -115 to the under. We like to bet on Dylan Cease around here, man.
There you go.
We think that dude's a stud, bro.
Hell yeah.
Then probably the realistic game of the night,
Here we
the
go.
Atlanta Braves at the Los Angeles Dodgers. You got Charlie Morton on the hill for Atlanta. Gavin Stone will be going for the Dodgers. Dodgers +1.5 at home, -185.
I like the Braves.
I think so too, man.
Yeah.
It's like I did seeing the struggles with the sticks out there in Seattle. A little bit of cause for concern, but also, like I said, that Mariners pitching staff has really been on fire right now. So it's kind of hard to, I can't hate seeing I don't hate seeing them drop 2 up there. I think you go down this Dodgers team. I also
It's also weird for a Southern team to come. It's the air's different up here. It's
yeah.
Don't be shocked by that. I mean, it's,
right, okay,
it's
that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, they made me money in that because I bet Seattle on the money line in both games they won, so it worked out. And so watch the. Hey, good morning, Ghost to Rod Sterling. He said I always stuck to playing the over unders in baseball. Yeah, he likes playing them totals. So okay, well, it's good to see you in here, sir. Good to see you, man. But yeah, that's your MLB slate day. It's a big one, y'all. I think my early looks, and we'll talk more about it on Spoke the Spread this afternoon, but I think I'm looking at the Cubbies -1.5. I'm probably going to take the Orioles -1.5 because Green's pitching for the Reds in system play. So I'm looking there. I think I like the Phillies. I think you could probably outline the Phillies out farther, man. I think you could probably take them -2.5. I am going to wind up going with the Nationals. I'm looking at that -2.5 right there, +456. That's going to be a half unit, y'all. I will put a full unit on the Nationals alt run line. I think I'm going to go Tigers alt run line today. Right there. I like them on the road. I will be going Royals alt run line with my guy Brady Singer on the hill. And then probably A's just straight run line right there. And that's about what I've decided right now. So we'll see. We'll see what we end up with. Let's look at these games tonight, man. These hockey games real quick.
Rangers.
Well, they don't play tonight, man. They're already on.
Okay.
They don't play again until Sunday. They already won their series. Yeah, they already locked their series up, bro. They'll be playing the Hurricanes in game 1 of round 2 on Sunday right there. So tonight we got the Canucks traveling to the Preds. I think the Preds are winning this series, bro.
I like the Predators.
I think they're going to win. I'm a Canucks fan, man, but I'm telling you, when they dropped that game the other night up there in Vancouver to get this back to Nashville in Game 6, I tell you, you better try to win this one, man, because you do not want to see the Preds have looked like the better team in this series throughout. They did. That game they gave away in Game 4, where they were up 3-1 late and wound up letting the Canucks come back, get it to OT, win in OT. The Preds dominated that game throughout the entirety of it, and I've seen much of that in this series. And I think the Canucks are in trouble, bro. I don't even hate a Preds puck line tonight at -1.5 plus 190 right there. I don't. I think the Preds are going to give them all they want tonight. We look and see here if they have the goalie props listed yet. No, just Sorrow. So we don't know what netminder we're going to have in between the pipes for Vancouver tonight. I've heard nothing that tells me that Demko or DeSmith are going to be ready to go. So you're probably going to get Silovs again, who has played well, stepping in, and, pretty admirably there and getting thrown into a spot that he did not expect to be thrown into. But he's played well. So I expect more of the same from that guy tonight, but I just don't know. I think the Canucks are in trouble. I really do. Stars at the Golden Knights. Patriot 4165's Dallas Stars. Buku likes the Stars tonight, man. I don't know if he's a little biased on that. I think he's got a ticket for the Stars to win this one in 6. But I don't know. This is another one where finally a home team won a game the other night, Beardo. We talk about how a playoff series don't start until a road team wins one. Well, a road team – or wait. No, the road teams won every one of these first 4 ones. So, yeah, Vegas won 2 down in Dallas. Dallas went back up 1-2 in Vegas and then came back and won Game 5 down in Dallas. They are up 3-2 now right here. So, I don't know. This one might be over tonight, man. This one might be over tonight. This Dallas Stars team's good. If you get Jake Ottinger playing between the pipes, playing well, they're a tough team to beat because they got guys that get scored. Young phenom and Wyatt Johnson. I like Jamie Benn. Rupe Hintz, Robertson, some of those guys.
I like Vegas to score first, Dallas to win the game.
There you go.
Ooh,
there you go.
Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Vegas to score first, Dallas to win the game. Oh hell, I never can find all these when we're doing it. Game props. Wow. First goal, Golden Knights, and then can we take the money line? We're gonna close all this out. I'll come back and find these baseball winners here in a little bit, y'all. I do want to know what that is, Will, because I think that's probably a pretty good. And then Dallas to win the game. You get plus 400 on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, fair enough.
The Stars plus what, 115?
Minus 115.
Oh, man, way better than that.
Yeah. So get Vegas to score first at home right there, and then Dallas to win the game on the money line. It's plus 400, y'all, and that's better odds you're going to get if Dallas goes down 1-0. You're probably only going to get like plus.
What game is this? 6? Game 6?
This is Game 6. Yes, sir. The Dallas lead. Dallas went down 0-2 in the series, but has since won 3 straight to take a 3-2 lead. So I don't hate that right there, man. I don't hate that one tonight.
Vegas wins tonight.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, Beardo. I'll ride with you, man. I'll ride with you. I've been zigging when I'm supposed to zag in that. I've been zigging when I'm supposed to zag in hockey. It just be
Beardo just comes in with a haymaker.
Hey. Don't take my word for it. I'm just saying. I'm saying Vegas wins tonight, but don't take my word for it.
Okay.
That's fair.
But Vegas wins.
Okay. I'm riding with you. I'm going all puck line, Beardo. I ain't scared, man. I'll ride with you, bro. I promise. When people tell me stuff like that, I'm like, let's go. What do we want to talk about now, man? We covered all the sports. So we need to cover Kentucky.
I want to get Beardo's take. On the proposed NFL 18 game schedule. What do you think about that?
I mean, this has been in conversation since they did 17 games. When they did 17 games, 2020 or 2021? When they did 17 games, 21. Everybody knew that 18 games was coming. Everybody knew 18 games was coming. Yeah. So Roger Goodell, he wants 18 games, a 19-week season, which I think that the NFLPA should argue for 2 bye weeks. I think they will. I think they'll argue for 2 bye weeks. I don't think the NFL lets it happen. They don't want 2 bye weeks. But the NFLPA will fight for 2 bye weeks. And, I mean, we got Super Wildcard Weekend. And then they're trying to line it up with President's Day weekend. So we get the Monday off. So the Super Bowl lands on a holiday weekend so that the viewers get – it is brilliant. And people have been – fans have been wanting the Super Bowl to be on a Saturday because besides New Year's Eve, the Super Bowl is like one of the most celebrated holidays in the United States. people want to take the day off. People are getting fucking hammered at the Super
People
Bowl.
watch football that haven't watched it all year long.
Correct. Especially with the Swifties. Yeah.
Gross.
So people want the Super Bowl. People want the day off after the Super Bowl. So moving it to
They don't
President's
have
Day
to burn
weekend.
a vacation day to do it.
Correct. And so people want the day off after the Super Bowl, which is smart. I think this is.
I want to know your opinion on the 2 bye weeks. How you feel about that too?
I think they should. I think
I
they
think
should
it's the only way it gets done, and it makes so much sense to do 2 bye weeks.
Provides a better product.
Perfect sense.
I think they should do 2 bye weeks. This is my pet peeve about it, is the record book. You need a separate record book because now you have players who have set records in 16 games. Now they are competing against now players who have 2 extra games. And take into account Patrick Mahomes with and we're just talking about quarterbacks here. Peyton Manning has 55 passing touchdowns in a single season. Patrick Mahomes has 2 extra games to get 55 passing touchdowns or more. Like, how is that fair? It's not. So you have to have a separate record book, I think. I don't know how they do it or I don't know how they keep it, but there needs to be.
It's just going to be one of those things where us fans go, "Hey, yeah, but we know that it's going to be like that's going to be the argument. It's going to be like, yeah, but he played in the era with 2 extra games.
Yeah.
It's going to make though, like who is it? Is it Calvin Johnson what receiver has the 2,000 receiving yards? Is it Calvin Johnson? I think it's Calvin Johnson. Or almost.
Ooh.
Anyways, whoever it is, if that record holds up for like another decade, even with the 2 extra games, it makes that record look even better. So that's why I don't think they do that.
Yes. So in a single season, Calvin Johnson has 1,964 in 2012. Cooper Kupp is second, and he is he's 17 yards short of Calvin Johnson's record. Cooper Kupp is.
What a bum.
I think he did it though, a 17 game season though.
Correct, he did.
Yeah.
He did. 2021. So he had an extra game. And you're right, Will. It'll be something where it'll be up to the fans. The fans will be the ones to say, "Oh yeah, but he did it with 2 extra games." It's not.
Or you can also think about when people are like, "Oh man, he's 1,000-yard a season rusher every part of every season he's had," and it's like, well, he's had 2 extra games now. Like 1,000 yards already is starting to become like in receiving. 1,000 yards used to be a huge deal in a season. Now it's kind of like that means you're a decent.
You're kind of a bum if you don't get it now, with all the opportunities out there.
I think it's lazy of the NFL. I think it's lazy of the NFL if they don't do something about the record book. They need to do something about the record book for rushing, receiving, and passing with 2 extra games.
That's a big deal. That's a big
deal.
It
is. And I Cricket. While you were gone, I used Peyton Manning as an example. Peyton Manning 55 touchdown passes in a single season, which Peyton Manning set the record at 49. Tom Brady broke it with 50 on the 18-1 season where the New York Giants beat the New England Patriots.
Let's get it right. 52.
52, he says.
No, it was 50.
I thought it was 52.
No, it's 50.
I was going to say, I don't know. Yeah, he said you get it right. Well, I mean, we got the internet, man. We'll look at it
right now. I'll tell you right now. Cricket, look it up.
Right.
Cricket, look it up. Cricket, look it up. It was 50 touchdowns. I'll tell you. Peyton Manning said it with 49. Tom Brady broke it with 50. Peyton Manning broke it again with 55.
55, that was the Denver season, right?
It was with Denver, and that was the year that they got blown the fuck out in the Super Bowl by Seattle. 2013. Tom Brady had 50 touchdowns in 2007.
50.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was 52. All right.
50. But anyways, those at least.
I was counting the 2 that he threw to me in my dreams that season.
That's fair. Those do count.
But like at least those like you can hold those accountable because they were both 17-week, 16-game seasons. Now you got guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, who are fucking slinging the rock, and they got 2 extra games to do it.
It's like you're obviously going to see some records broken.
So it's like Patrick Mahomes throws 58 touchdowns and he breaks Peyton Manning's record. Yeah, well, he had 2 extra games to do it. The NFL needs to do something about it. The NFL needs to set the record straight. They need to either have a second record book or put an asterisk next to it or something. But here's the thing. They won't. They won't do it. And that's where we're going to have the fans step in. It'll never be official, but it's going to be like a bro conversation, like a frat conversation like we have right here.
Like we're doing right now. Yeah.
Correct. Where it's going to be like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes had 2 extra games to do it, and it's going to be an argument rather than something that's official. Because officially, Patrick Mahomes will have, and this is all hypothetical right now, like if Patrick Mahomes were to pass Peyton Manning in the record book, like officially, Patrick Mahomes would pass Peyton Manning up. But us bro talk be like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes had 2 extra games to do it, but the NFL will never record it that way. That's the problem. The NFL needs to record it that they had 2 extra games, but that'll never happen.
I agree, man. I agree, but I definitely think there should be an asterisk beside it. I mean, you're getting 120 extra minutes a season right there. You got two extra games, and I don't know how many years it's going to take, a year or two. It seems like these things always take 2 or 3 years to come into fruition here, but I don't, I like the 18-game season. I do like the 2 bye weeks. I think the 2 bye weeks allows you to have a better product, man, because you got more healthy guys out there on the field. That's what we want to see. You want to see all the top dogs playing for every team at 100% healthy and all that stuff. I think the 2 bye weeks. I think if you don't do the 2 bye weeks, you'll see a lot less of that down the back half of the season, because the NFL season is a long season already anyway. And if you don't give them an extra week to be able to kind of get their bodies back right, you're going to see a bad product toward the end of the season, I think.
And you're going to get the most prolific electric players get injured, and the NFL doesn't need that. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's good that they're proposing in this 18-game season, is that they're going to do 2 preseason games. So you're not going to have players get injured in the preseason.
Which I hate them damn preseason games anyway. That's just garbage.
Yeah, I agree. But they do need time to get the game speed, because you can't simulate game speed in practice.
No,
you can't simulate the game speed even in the
but teams already for their starters only do maybe at max a half through. You could have usually that last week. Now that it's 3 preseason games, that last week they usually have a quarter or a half where the starters actually go out there, and that's it. And then I do like how the NFL did that, where after the 3rd preseason game they give them 2 weeks to get ready instead of just 1 week. I did like that, because gives them time,
like an extra bye week.
Yeah, they get a cut down their roster, figure out what they got, and then I think we get a better product that way.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
They still need preseason to get up to game speed.
No, I agree with that.
But the starters usually only go 1 or 2 drives, maybe, if you're a shit ass team and you don't know, like you're still scouting for who's
trying to find those little diamonds.
Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy? The starters might go for a quarter. But
I'm fine with 2 preseason games. 4 is too many, man. Yeah, a month full of preseason game, that's too long.
2 is fine. 2 is fine, but without 2 bye weeks, your guys are going to get injured. Your guys are going to
that's just science.
But going back to the record book, with 2 extra games, I mean, just look at apart from quarterbacks, from passing, the rushing record, Eric Dickerson in a single season, it's going to be a lot easier for a stellar fucking running back to rush for 2,200 yards.
2,000 yards is going to shrink up a lot. It's not going to be
easy.
Yeah,
it's going to be
near what it was when some of the big dogs did it in the 16 games. 2,000 yards in a 16-game season, you're killing it, bro. Mm-hmm. You're crushing it to do that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, 18. Don't get me wrong, it's still impressive in an 18-game season. It's just not as impressive as a 16-game season.
And McCaffrey's a dude, and he's more of a weapon receiving and rushing. But imagine if McCaffrey, if he breaks a record, he gets 2,300 yards and he beats Eric Dickerson. And the NFL is like, oh, yeah. You know what? He beat Eric Dickerson. But, if they don't do something about it and be like, oh, yeah, but he had 2 extra games, that's piss poor on the NFL, in my opinion.
You're going to be hard-pressed to convince me anybody's better than Eric Dickerson. seeing what that man did back in the day like that. And I wasn't even alive. I mean, I was alive at some of his NFL, but I was too young to watch it, remember any of that. I've seen highlights and all that stuff from the SMU days.
Right.
That guy was poetry in motion, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was so. They talk about that. He said you could probably put a Coke can on top of his head when he ran, and he wouldn't spill a drop, bro. That man was he was so smooth, dude. I loved watching that. I love hearing the stories when they recruited him. He talks about he was going to go to Texas A&M. And the morning, like a signing day, he woke up with like a gold Trans Am in his driveway. You know, he still to this day will swear his grandmama bought it for him. But they called it the Trans A&M, man. And so I guess A&M bought this car for him. And then after the fact, SMU wound up working out a deal with him where they could make the payments because he wound up flipping and going to SMU instead. This is back, obviously, pre-NIL days when everybody was cheating there. But, yeah, I just love hearing those little stories like that. Everybody was paying players all along, man.
Oh, I mean,
we knew that.
That's why Reggie Bush got his Heisman back.
That's right.
Finally. That's another
time.
thing. Finally, it's about fucking time. He should have never had it taken away from him, and it's about fucking time that he got it back.
Absolutely.
But, imagine you get these middle-of-the-road basic running backs who are going to rush for 2,000 yards now, and they're going to touch Eric Dickerson's single-season record. And it's like, what's the NFL going to do about it? How are they going to record that? You got 2 extra games.
I think it's simple as this. You put an asterisk out beside it, and you at the bottom in the labels, you say asterisk after the 18-game season was agreed or 17 or whatever.
And when Eric Dickerson rushed for it, because I'm looking at it right now, he got 2,100 yards in 1984.
Yep.
In 84?
That was like his rookie season or something, too.
Well, how many games were they playing?
I'm sure.
Was it 14? Was it a 14-game season?
It may have.
It might have been a 14-game season. I'm not even. I mean, I don't know. But very, very well could have been.
Let's see how many.
And it took Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson took 16 games, and he still was short.
Let's see here. It looks like they were playing 16.
Okay.
Yeah, because it looks like some of these records. Steelers like 9-7. The Redskins / Commanders were like 11-5.
They'll always be the Redskins.
They're the Redskins.
They'll always be the Redskins,
as they should be.
Yep.
As they should be. Good morning, Cat Dog. Good to see you in here. Says they added it to where you can reply to more comments at once as a creator. Yeah, I saw you put some up by that. What is that, Will? The new comment section thing or whatever.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Remember, Rick tagged me in it. Shout out to Rick, by the way. Rumble Rick. He's the man. He's the real MVP. Remember months ago, and Master and Rumble clipped it out for us and put it on there and tagged Rumble in it, where Rumble used to have, because they didn't want people spamming comments and stuff like that. So if you started like commenting too many times, they would put you on a little timeout. Like you'd have to wait 60 seconds and stuff like that before you could comment again. Well, the flaw in that was, as a creator, if you want to reply to people commenting on your content, it would do it to you too. So like if I go through and we had 10 comments on the show and I wanted to start replying to everyone that was nice enough to comment on our video. By the way, if you haven't already, like this video and give us a comment. Let us know if you're enjoying the show, and hop in the chat and say hello. Good morning, Cat Dog. You'd have to be timed out and wait, and it'd take forever, especially if you have multiple videos up and whatnot. But now they fixed it. And Rumble Rick tagged me in it yesterday, and I was like, hell yeah. Like the fact that he went back to that clip and tagged me in it, that was great. And now you can, as a creator on your own stuff, you can comment as much as you want without being timed out.
There you go.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Rumble's, it's going to take a while, but they are constantly, what they've done just in the last year alone is insane. But they're just constantly improving with the small crew that they have working on this stuff. They're grinding every day, and
that is the best, man, because they listen to us. We ask these things, and we bring these recommendations to them that they do something about it, man. They're men of the people, men and women of the people right there. So I mean, shout out to Rumble. We appreciate it. We like being heard, man.
You the real MVP.
Like being heard. Anyway, the Rumble Raid is neat, man. That is a pretty neat deal. But all right,
I like the Rumble Rage.
Unless y'all got something else to talk about, man, we probably wrap this thing up. I got my air conditioning guy just got here. He's the real MVP. Shout out to Steven, man. He's going to get some AC rolling this thing.
Shout out to Steven.
Hell, man, Steven might have already got that thing rolling. I feel some cool air blowing down the back of my neck now. Let's go, Steve.
There we go,
man.
There we go.
So when does it start, though? 18 games. It's not this year. Next year?
I wouldn't. There's no way they could get all that.
Soonest would be next year. They're probably... If they can hammer it out this year between the NFLPA, they'll probably start it as soon as possible. So it would probably be the following year. They've already got the schedule. The schedule releases this month anyway, so they can't really alter that.
Yeah,
it's kind of set in stone.
Yeah.
Plus all the contract rights and stuff like that. But
I do think the NFL has their way, and we're only going to get one bye week. I think the PA
I think that's the one thing that they're going to have to cave on. I think that's the one thing.
Oh,
they're going to have to cave.
I think the NFLPA caves on it, and they only go with one bye week.
But then what do they get in return other than just more money for the players?
I don't think they'll agree to it unless they do the 2 bye weeks. I don't think the NFLPA will let that happen. SD14 fan, if you're still out there, we got cold air, babe.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what the big pushback from the NFL would be, like why they would care. You know,
I think because the Super Bowl lines up on that President's Day weekend with one bye week.
Well, they can do that with 2 bye weeks. So if they just got to alter the schedule right.
Especially if we're taking away the other 2 preseason games, we can start a week earlier. Or,
Yeah.
whatever we need to do.
Fair point.
So they can make it work. It's the NFL. I mean, they
Let's just say the hell with it. We'll just call the Monday after Super Bowl whenever we play. That's a holiday, man. You got to go to work. Hell with it.
I just think those NFL stooges, they'd be like, you're going to get one bye week and you're going to fucking like it and you're going to be okay with it. And
Yeah.
the NFLPA would be like, okay, yes, sir. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. They have a little bit of a backbone lately. And I think if anything, you just go to the owners and say, hey, this only makes sure that your players who are going to be playing an extra, couple games than what they've been used to last few years, better chance of them staying healthy. And you're like, I probably want my
of
$500
all the
million
players'
quarterback.
I want 2 bye
I want to
weeks.
make sure he stays healthy. Yeah.
Of all the players' associations, the one that does have the most backbone is probably the NFLPA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So because
they know the NFL's going to make a ton of money off of it,
it.
and they want a ton of money off of it. So it's like they know that that's their leverage. It's like, hey, you want to do this? You know it's going to be lucrative. All we're asking is for just another bye week.
And I mean, and it's something like the NFL, man. You got to have the top dogs out there to make a great product. You can plug and play in basketball. You can plug and play in baseball. Hockey, not so much. Hockey, those guys ain't bitching though.
Let's think about this. The NFL's been wanting to do more international stuff. That allows them to do more They can get more international games because if you have that second bye week, you can plan.
Yeah, good point.
Trips like that around the second bye week instead of just the one bye week.
That's a great point, dude. Because a lot of teams don't like those because you have all the travel overseas and there's a lot of moving parts there. So you add the extra bye weekend, you can do that. That's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, so
here.
That way the NFL could force, because now teams have the option where, like, because Belichick would never take his bye week after the international stuff. It would usually be the week after he would do that. Now, if there's a second bye week, the NFL can say, okay, but one of your bye weeks has to be after one of the international games. So,
right. Super James says, here's my thought on buys. Have a division off on same week, then come back with all intra-division so no one comes off a bye playing someone coming off a tough game. That's not a bad point, man. You have everybody in that division or whatever, or just make sure that the buys line up. I don't know, man. There's a lot that goes into making these schedules. It always fascinates me when I see them come up with all these schedules and how they get all this stuff. Because I would be like making a schedule for one team and I get to like week 17 of another. Like, oh, I've got these teams playing 3 times on the same week.
Yeah, I hate that.
So, it's pretty cool, though. I mean, it's interesting. I think more football's just better. Always more football is better.
Yeah. I agree, but they got to do something about the record book.
I agree with that. I do too, man. I think it's simple fact of the matter is you're getting more opportunities to break those records.
Yep.
You know what they don't have to change in the record book? They don't have to worry about who's going to win more than 7 Super Bowls, because that one's going to be set in stone for a long time.
You didn't even know how many touchdown passes he threw.
Doesn't matter. I know 7. 7 of them, baby. 7 rings.
7 rings. That's all.
Speaking of which, roast of Tom Brady on Sunday. That's gonna be fun.
Ooh, that will be fun, man.
Belichick's going to be there. Edelman, Gronk too.
Did you hear that Aaron Hernandez couldn't make it? He got hung up.
Didn't Belichick say that on Pat
You're
McAfee?
not just let that go. He didn't even acknowledge that.
No, that was a meme someone made.
Oh, I swore I seen something on Twitter where Belichick said that about Hernandez.
No, they were saying Belichick was going to say that, but it was just a meme.
Oh, okay.
Bill's smarter than that.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun show. Beardo, thank you for joining us as always and showing us your cute little pup. Shout out to Miss Faye.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Oh no, Cricket, you got a show this afternoon with the boys over at Smoke the Spread.
We do. We'll be rolling about 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central Time over on That Damn Sports Network for Smoke the Spread, where you can find all your winners and stay up to date on the ever-changing world of cannabis culture.
Shout out to MB.
Shout
Have a
out,
good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow, though, bright and early, right here as usual, covering everything going on in the world of sports. And hope you guys have a good, feel good Friday. I'm going to Costco with the boys today. It's going to be fun. I love Costco days.
That's right.
Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time,
Good luck, good gambling,
and game on.